Hi, everyone. Eric Niederlehner here with Trusted Elder Law and Asset Protection. I'm an estate planning and elder law Medicaid planning attorney based in Pensacola, Florida. I'm licensed to practice law in the state of Florida and Alabama and can serve clients across both states regardless of where they live. If you need estate planning, Medicaid planning, probate, or bankruptcy services, give me a call. I can be reached at 850-607-2222 or toll free at 855 Elder Firm and can be found on the web at trustedelderlaw.com. If you have Medicaid questions or estate planning questions, go to the website trustedelderlaw.com, get my book, it's free. Asset Protection, or pay until it's gone. Just put in your name and address and we'll ship you a copy of the book free of charge, plus additional information on estate planning and Medicaid planning. Again, go to Trusted Elder Law and request the book. Today, I want to talk about the 3 ways to pay for a nursing home. And they're very simple. Private pay is number 1. Pay out of your pocket. The second option is to get long-term care insurance. And hopefully, if you were thinking ahead and could afford it, you got some long-term care insurance and they'll pay, X amount of dollars towards your long-term care, whether that's an assisted living or a nursing home or home health care or whatever the case may be. The good thing about a qualified long-term care plan is that if you have one and you use it up and need to apply for Medicaid, to qualify for Medicaid to pay for the nursing home, which is the third option, you have to have less than $2,000 in countable assets. But if you had a qualified long-term care policy, and let's just say for the sake of argument and keep our numbers simple, that long-term care policy paid out $100,000, then to qualify for Medicaid, you could keep $102,000 and still qualify for Medicaid since you bought the long-term care policy and that kept you off the Medicaid rolls for however long. You get the value of that policy as an additional amount of assets that you don't have to get rid of to qualify for Medicaid. The problem with long-term care policies is when they first came out, they were really great. Insurance companies actually kind of lost money on them because they underestimated the lifespan of people and how much care they would need. And some of them didn't have caps, and they were unlimited. They'd pay X amount of dollars a month for forever. So they've toned them down now. They're not as generous as they once were. You have to go through underwriting, and typically, unless you're thinking about long-term care in your 40s or 50s, you're probably not going to pass underwriting, if you're looking to buy a long-term care policy in your 60s or 70s. And if you do, the premiums are pretty pricey. So you got to make a decision on whether it's worth paying those premiums, especially if you're buying it when you're 40 or 50. Are you going to, make those premium payments for the next 40, 50 years? For something you may or may not need. Most people aren't going to pay out that type of money. So really the option comes down to qualifying for Medicaid. The good thing about the state of Florida is that Medicaid planning is fairly liberal, and we can do it on a crisis basis. So if you fall and break that proverbial hip and need to go into the nursing home, we can get you in that day as long as you've done some pre-planning and either you have your faculties about you and can sign documents, or if you don't, you've done pre-planning and have a good durable power of attorney in place geared towards Medicaid planning, and your agent that you've appointed can do the necessary planning to get you qualified and get your assets protected. So if you have questions about Medicaid planning or estate planning, give me a call. Again, locally in Pensacola, I can be reached at 850-607-2222 or toll free at 855-ELDER-FIRM. And I can be found on the web at trustedelderlaw.com. So again, go to the website, get your book, request asset protection, or pay until it's gone. It's free. Put in your name and address. We'll send you a copy of the book and some other information on estate planning and Medicaid planning and paying for a nursing home long term. But I look forward to hearing from you and going over your situation and seeing how we can help.